Ah, good way to start a live broadcast. Okay, so stop making excuses. How can we stop making excuses? This is a really tough one. The biggest problem we have is we've become masters at excusing ourselves from doing well in life and become masters of us to be able to do better. One of the biggest problems we have with making excuses is when we know it's the truth, it usually hurts in our gut feeling. Say, for instance, now someone comes along and they give you great advice and they say something to you like, you've got to train, you've got to eat healthy, you've got to start taking better care of yourself, you've got to exercise, you have to move, otherwise you're going to die, you're becoming really sick, you're becoming really ill. And when someone says this to you, the biggest problem you have is what? You then go, I know, but I should, I know, but cut with the bullshit. If you knew it, you'd be bloody doing it. You don't know it because you're not doing it. That's just bullshit. It's a bullshit excuse, and it doesn't cut with anybody that is doing it. Because when they hear you say that, all they hear is in the back of their head, which is a horrible thing to hear. You just hear loser, because you just hear that person going, I know, but, and you just go loser. Just keep a no buttons and making excuses and keep telling yourself those lies because you've got great at that. And you know what? You get the same results. I know because I did that to myself. And the moment I transitioned from sort of using the energy, I should say, instead of losing the energy to the self-defeating bullshit I was telling myself was okay, I started using the energy to actually get myself forward in my life and to benefit myself. So use it or lose it. That's the way we've always been taught, but we haven't been taught what it is. The energy, when we're using it to benefit us, it de-stresses us. And it's something that's really important for you to understand is, if you want to succeed in life, nobody's going to do it for you. You'll get support of people, you'll get advice of people, you might get inspiration of people, but you have to take the step and walk forward in your life. And as you walk forward, you start to make progression. But then we have this self-defeating voice in the back of our head, and what that sends to tell us is, you can't do this, you're not worth this, you're gonna fail, you're gonna, if you listen to that voice, it comes from something fundamental that is deep inside you. It comes from our reptilian brain, and that reptilian brain was originally created. It was one of the oldest, more primordial parts of the brain. And how it reacts is to danger. Now, there's real danger and there's irreal danger. There's real danger that when I cross the road, I have to kind of be aware there's a car there, I could die. But I don't have to. The false danger is I don't have to be scared of crossing the road. I just have to be scared of crossing the road in front of a car. See, crossing the road is not a problem. See, don't fear crossing the road. Fear the cars hitting you while you cross the road. And as often you do that, you'll be aware of the traffic, and what you'll do then is you'll cross the road safely. But when we fear this protection thing, what we tend to say in our heads, and this is the thing that holds us back, the biggest thing that holds us back with this, is we tend to say in our heads something very, very, well, it's like a mantra, isn't it? We tend to say, I want to be safe. Now, the more you say you want to be safe in life, the more that your inner consciousness will find ways of stopping you from doing stuff. If you say, I want to be healthy, I want to be fit, and I'm going to take risks, and I'm going to get out there and live, because that's what life is about. Because when I was young, I had so much fun. Why? Because you took risks and you were learning all the time. When you get older, your life gets shit and boring. Why? Because you tend to stop living life, and you start to live life safe. And the safer you are, the less life there is to live. See, you could sit there on your couch watching someone whitewater raft and think, that looks like fun. Or you can whitewater raft and live. So which do you want to be? Do you want to be somebody that watches other people live their lives all of the time? Or do you want to be somebody that has other people looking at you living your life? So we don't get something unless we step out and take risks. So stop making excuses. We know this. This is not rocket science. This is not something that, is gonna just happen. I'd love to have tattoos on my arms like you, but they don't take the risks and go out and do it. I did all of this and it bloody hurt. But if I hadn't gone out and done it, I would never have been covered in tattoos and in the tattoos that I wanted. And whether they're in fashion or out of fashion, I don't care, because I had them for me, for my own reasons. And I love the fact that I've got tattoos on my arm. I love the person I am. People might not like that about me, but this is who I am. And if you don't like that, then ta-ra, because that's who I am. If I changed myself to make everybody else happy in my life all of the time, then the biggest problem I would have is that I'd make myself miserable. So if I can't live my life by other people's standards, then why am I limiting myself? You only limit yourself is because you don't want to, or maybe I'll fail and I don't know whether I can deal with the failure. Just be honest, mate. You're dealing with the biggest failure every time you look in the mirror if you're going to do that. Because you are a failure then. You become a failure by not doing anything. And if you could face being that failure every bloody day and wake up and be all right with it, then I feel sorry for you, because life isn't about being a failure. It's about being a success. Life is about getting yourself up, getting yourself out there and doing something with your life. Because we can all sit on the pity party and feel sorry about ourselves, and we can all say, oh, but my dad was, my mum was, they didn't love me. Man, this story gets so boring. Yeah, we've all heard it all before. But what are you going to do about it? And if you can't do anything about it, then move on. Because you know what? Carrying around this crap all the time with you has done nothing but hold you back and hold your life back. You've got a choice here, you can either move forward and do something about it. I could be sitting on a pity party going, I'm born dyslexic, I left school with no qualifications, I was a hairdresser, I got RSI in my arm, I had pain in my body, oh man, and that was my chance, and I got, no, like, what the, why would you even think that was okay? I felt sorry for myself. I was depressed for a long time, because there I was, I'd worked for over 10 years of my career, over 10 years, I was at 13, 14 years into my hairdressing career, working for Tony Guy, and I got RSI injury in my arm. And I sat on the sofa, playing on my PlayStation every day, feeling sorry for myself. And one day I just got up and I couldn't do it anymore. I felt, and then I'd started to change my life, and I started to read books, and I started to study Buddhism, and I realized that I had a choice. This wasn't working, this sitting here feeling sorry for myself. So I went out there and started to talk to people which were experts in my injury and find out what I could do about it. They advised me to have an operation. I refused, and I fought with it for the best part of 20 years, my injury. Still managed to have a hairdressing job, and eventually I had the operation on my hand, because I talked to more and more people, and it's the only thing I could do. Didn't want to do it, but I did it, and now my hand is much stronger. I'm able to weight train again. I'm able to do stuff again. Still have pain, a bit of pain in my neck. I got pain in my back a bit from years and years of stood there with a bad posture in hairdressing. But I don't on it. I wake up every day with pain in my neck. I wake up every day with pain in my back. Does it stop me from weight training? No, I train harder, because I know every time I train, I get less and less pain. Because I'm getting fitter and I'm getting stronger and my posture's getting better. I have a choice. I can focus on what is wrong with me, or I can try and put shit right. And by the way, shit means someone has ignored truth. If you're ignoring your truth, your life will never change. The hardest thing is to be truthful to yourself, because it bloody hurts. And every day I have to wake up thinking, I'm not quite where I want to be with my career. I'm not quite where I want to be with my life. I'm not quite where I want to be with my level of success for this age. I'm 48, I'm going to be 49 this year. And have I got a successful business yet? No. Have I got a successful career yet? No. But am I almost there? I tell you what, the course I'm building and what I'm working on and what I've been doing with myself, it's transformed me, and it's having a massive effect on my wife and my friends and people that are around me. I start to see this change, and it's affecting them because they want to know how I'm doing it, and I'm helping them as well. So if I can see that this can work for me, and I know how to give it to other people, then I stop making excuses. I stop making excuses and I start to find reasons. See, excuses are easy. Reasons take a little bit of stepping outside your comfort zone, take you to be brave, and take you to give yourself a level of respect, to realize that no matter what happens, no matter how tough it gets, no matter how many times I fail at this, I've got this handled because I'm a big enough, strong enough, intelligent enough person to deal with this. Stop thinking you're weak because we're not. If you were that weak, you would commit suicide and give up on life. Only the strong survive, right? And the strong are meant to be here. And if you want to live, then live. Living is forgiving. And the more we live our lives to our fullness, the more we can give. Now, there's a saying that comes from the Bible, and it's sunk in my head. And I was reading a book by a guy called Osho, and he explained this one saying. He says, when Jesus said, "My cup overfloweth, so drinketh from me," what he means is he was fulfilled, right? And to be fulfilled means you've got something to offer. You overflow with yourself. See, a vessel that's fulfilled with shit and crap and stuff you don't need can never be fulfilled full of what you're meant to be. The moment you remove all of the crap and remove all of the stuff that you don't need in your life, yeah, then your vessel empties enough so you can fill it full of the stuff that you want. And when you fill it full of all the stuff you want, you start to overflow with yourself. And then you've got more of you to offer. If you want to give your family and your kids and everybody else more of you, your partners, your life, if you want it to be more fulfilled, you have to fulfill yourself, and you don't get it by making excuses. And I'm sorry to tell you, it's not an easy pathway, but you've got two choices. You can sit there waiting for life to happen for you, which it won't, or you have to go out there and make life happen for you. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. It happens for you to improve, for you to get better, for you to make this decision, to get forward. And just be. Because at the end of it, you get to be happy. At the end of it, you get to be inspired. At the end of it, you get to be something far much more than you ever could have dreamed. Stop making excuses. Start to find reasons. Have an amazing day, an amazing life. An excuseless life. Thank you.